It's Meatloaf night in the kitchen at QuackYak.com. Welcome. I'm Marvin Saunders. I'll be the one preparing the meatloaf tonight. We're going to get right into it. You need 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of 90-10 ground beef. 90% lean, 10% fat. We're going to put this meat that we already have ground here into our mixing bowl, and we're going to start adding our ingredients. We kind of break our meat up just a little bit here. We're going to add our seasoning. We've got some parsley and some salt, some smoked pepper. We have a little bit of basil in there and just a little bit of cayenne pepper. Alright, we're going to dump in our crumbs. This is rich cracker crumbs. We dump in a little bit of them. See kind of what our texture is going to be here and how it's going to hold together for us. We take an egg, put a whole egg in it. Going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, some celery that was finely chopped. Going to put some onion in it, finely chopped onion. If you want to saute this onion before you put it in there, that's fine. I don't like it that way. I like for the entire flavor of the onion to be in my meat. Here we've got some ketchup. We're going to put a little ketchup in here. I'll get a little more. About that much right there. Going to mix all this in. Trying to get it mixed up good here. I believe we need the rest of these crumbs. I'm just going to dump them all in. We've tried various kinds of crackers, and seems like our family likes the rich cracker better than any of the other ones. Maybe because of the commercial, I don't know. But we like it anyhow. We kind of try to get our meatloaf to form here in the bowl, and we'll get everything mixed up good. We get it formed here kind of like we want it. We like to fix it in kind of a little loaf. Person can put it in whatever he wants to put it in. You can make it heart-shaped if you want to do one for your husband on Valentine's Day, lady. And or you could do it round or however, I suppose. Then we kind of ease it up here and put it over in our pan. Now there's, there's an old saying here that QuackYak. In fact, this is so old, my oldest son just came up with it this afternoon. He said, "Daddy, build it to fit and caulk it if it cracks." That's kind of the way that we do things. If this meatloaf tries to break on you, which sometimes they will do, then we'll put a little extra ketchup on top, kind of cover that up some. Get some of this stuff here out of the way. Some of these dishes in here. All right, now we've got that mixed up. Got it in there. Got us a good little loaf fixed right here. One of the things that I have noticed over the years with doing this ketchup and stuff in this and putting it in this pan like this, if you use a 80-20 or a 70-30 grind on your hamburger, your grease will get so deep in the pan your meatloaf will need a snorkel before you take it out. We try to have as little of grease loss as we can here, and that 90-10 does real good for us. Okay, now if you want to cook it on a rack and you want to put tin foil around it, that works real good to make you a little dish and set it down in there. About 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch up on your tin foil. Make a little slit, and that way the grease that cooks out of it won't be too deep on your meatloaf, and it'll run over into your other pan here and catch, and it'll just keep your meatloaf from being greasy. We take some ketchup and we just put it on top here like that. We want the ketchup to cook as the meatloaf does. We're going to cook this on 350 for an hour and a half. I like for the internal temperature of my meatloaf to be somewhere around 160 degrees. I always like my hamburger to be well done. We get this fixed here like this. Get it put together pretty good. It mixes up real easy. And the ingredients that we've used in this, probably everybody has those ingredients in their cabinet. It's not something that's specially needed or anything like that. You can season it with salt and pepper to taste. If you like a little more pepper, a little less salt, make your adjustments. We try to go from a teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of salt, maybe a tablespoon of parsley, basil, about a teaspoon to a tablespoonful of basil, depending on who we know is going to eat supper with us. I know who's going to be eating this meatloaf whenever it's done after a while, and they like the cayenne pepper, so we put a little bit of that in there, and sometimes we'll add a little bit of chopped up jalapeno in it. Now, in my opinion, that really makes it good. And if my wife is fixing a meatloaf just pretty much for me, she's going to add some Louisiana hot sauce to it too. If there's ever been one thing that complements most foods that are cooking, in my opinion, more than anything else, it's Louisiana hot sauce. Whoever came up with that idea had a good thing going as far as I'm concerned. All right, we've got it fixed here. Can you get that on camera, what it looks like? Got that all right. We're going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees, let it cook for about an hour and a half. Now, we've got one that's already made. Put that in there, get it cooking in a minute. We've taken it out of the grease, out of the pan. One thing that I would recommend whenever you're cooking this is, as soon as it's done, just take it straight out of the pan as much as possible. All right, let me get a plate over here, show you how we'd set this thing up. We've got some rice that we already had prepared. This is boiling bag, not browning bag, boiling bag rice. And we put a little butter on it. We didn't put any sugar on it. You can do that if you want to. That's not a very big piece. So, we'll go back for another piece. Now this thing is habit forming, and it could require seconds. So you want to be careful of that. I like to put the little pieces that come off of it right in here like this. We don't waste any of this. And we'll put that there. We'll put a little bit of rice. Got hot rice here. We'll put us a little bit of rice right here. You might say, why is he not using potatoes? I'm not a potato farmer. For 43 years I've been a rice farmer. I like rice. One other thing, go get over here to the refrigerator. And I've got something here that is really a tasty side dish. It's called 7-layer salad. I get a little bit of this 7-layer salad here. It's got cheese and mayonnaise and frozen English peas in it, and bacon fried real crisp. I put that right there. Now, I've got some seasoning here that I really like. It's not Creole seasoning, it's a kind of a barbecue rub in a way, and I just sprinkle a little bit of that around on my plate where I can kind of dip if I need to, a little bit of my meatloaf in it, or maybe even a little bit of the salad. There you have it. That's the way that we would prepare it. That's all there is to it, folks. Makes real good eating. Remember, QuackYak.com. Look forward to seeing you next time.